This news started from a snippet of a moment that initially seemed trivial, but in a matter of hours turned into a heated discussion among Army Global. In the middle of a quiet night, when most fans thought the BTS members were taking a break from their busy schedules, Jungkook's stunt sparked an unexpected wave of speculation and emotion. It was no coincidence, so many fans said, when Jungkook was caught on camera moving towards Taehyung at an unusual time. The simple action suddenly feels full of meaning, as if it holds a much deeper story than it seems on the surface. According to a post circulating on social media, Jungkook was seen exiting the location where he was and heading towards Taehyung in the middle of the night. There was no official announcement, no major media spotlight at the time, just brief footage and testimonies of a few people who happened to see the moment. But precisely because it takes place outside the hours of public activity, this moment feels intimate and personal. Fans were immediately wondering, what really happened that Jungkook felt the need to come to Taehyung at the hour that is usually used to rest? Fan reaction was mixed. Some were surprised, some moved. Many immediately attributed this action to the deep friendship between Jungkook and Taehyung, which has been known to be very strong. The two are often referred to as friends who understand each other without the need for many words. On various occasions, Jungkook and Taehyung often show emotional closeness, both in front of the camera and in the small stories they share with fans. But this midnight action feels different, quieter, more honest, and that's precisely why it shocks fans in a K-pop world filled with tight schedules and tight surveillance. Midnight time becomes a space rarely touched by cameras. When an idol chooses to move at that hour, many believe there is a strong reason behind it. Some fans speculated that Taehyung may be in need of emotional support. Others suspect Jungkook just wanted to make sure his best friend was okay. This speculation is further strengthened by the image of Jungkook, who has been known as a caring figure but rarely expresses it with big words. The growing narrative in ARMY circles is that Jungkook is the type of person who prefers to act rather than speak. If he feels that someone he cares about is not in the best condition, he will come without the need to announce. This action towards Taehyung in the middle of the night is also considered a real proof of the character. Fans think this is not just a coincidence or a meaningless moment, but a reflection of the relationships built over the years, from trainee days to becoming a global superstar. Not a few fans felt that this moment opened up the rarely seen human side of Jungkook and Taehyung. Behind the glitter of the stage, millions of spectators, and the cheers of the world, they are still two young people who rely on each other. Jungkook's actions seem to slap the reality that fame does not erase the need for the presence of a friend. It is precisely in the midst of great pressure that presence is the main support. Social media is full of emotional analysis. Many fans attributed this incident to Taehyung's long-standing statements about loneliness and the mental stress he once felt. Although there is no confirmation that Taehyung is going through a difficult time, fans' empathy has already flowed. Jungkook was praised for being sensitive and responsive to the condition of those closest to him. Some even refer to this action as Jungkook's most sincere form of love language. But on the other hand, there are also voices that remind the public not to speculate too far. They stress that BTS members have a right to privacy, and not all actions should be labeled dramatic. However, even this group admitted that the moment felt special. There is something different when an idol of Jungkook's class does something without the spotlight, without the importance of image, and without a stage. What made the fans even more surprised was the silence after that moment. There was no clarification, no follow-up post, as if Jungkook and Taehyung chose to let the public interpret what happened themselves. This silence actually reinforces the impression that whatever happened between them that night was personal and meaningful. Many soldiers feel that their silence is the most elegant way to keep something valuable in the context of Jungkook and Taehyung's relationship. This action is also seen as a continuation of many small moments that previously might have been missed. A brief look on stage, a small smile behind the scenes, or the habit of looking for each other in the crowd now feel more meaningful. This midnight action became a puzzle piece that made fans feel more understanding of the dynamic between them. In the end, the news of Jungkook's action towards Taehyung in the middle of the night is not just about shock. It is a story about the friendship, caring, and human side of two great stars who are often seen as perfect. In the eyes of fans, this moment is a reminder that despite their global status, Jungkook and Taehyung are still human beings who need each other. It's no coincidence, ARMY says, because things born of genuine concern rarely happen for no reason. The continuation of this story is even more interesting when fans start tracing back the traces of Jungkook and Taehyung's interactions in recent times. Many noticed that before the midnight action took place, the two were indeed seen looking at each other more often in a very subtle way. Not through large uploads or open statements, but through small gestures that can only be captured by loyal ARMY spies. From the way Jungkook turned to Taehyung in the crowd, to Taehyung's habit of smiling more freely when he was near Jungkook. All the pieces are now assembled into one big story that makes fans even more convinced that the night was no ordinary event. Some fans even attributed the action to the pressure BTS members are facing individually. As public figures with global influence, their every move is always watched, judged, even judged. Jungkook himself on several occasions has often been the target of sharp netizen opinions, while Taehyung is known as a sensitive figure who feels emotions very deeply. In this context, Jungkook's arrival in the middle of the night feels like a form of covert protection, a gesture that no matter what happens out there, they are not alone. The growing narrative is getting more and more emotional. Many fans wrote that this moment reminded them of the meaning of true friendship, a friendship that does not need a stage or recognition. Jungkook didn't come with a camera, didn't bring nice words that the media could quote. He just came. And for the ARMY, that's exactly where its strength lies. The stunt was thought to be an answer to a long-standing question about how BTS members survive each other amid a storm of popularity. Not a few compare this moment to old stories from the trainee days, when Jungkook and Taehyung were still struggling together with no guarantee of success. Fans long ago recalled how they strengthened each other in the most difficult moments, when dreams seemed far away and the pressure was so real. This midnight action seems to be a repetition of old patterns, only now it happens on a much larger level of life. From a small rehearsal space to a world that keeps panning, the bond doesn't seem to change. Interestingly, some of the ARMY actually felt shock, not because of the drama, but because of its simplicity. In an era where everything is easily exaggerated, Jungkook's actions feel very human. He does not try to be a hero, nor does he seek sympathy. He only does what his heart thinks is right. This reaction made many fans feel closer emotionally, as if they were allowed to peek for a moment at the most honest side of the idol they had always admired. Until now, the mystery behind Jungkook's action towards Taehyung in the middle of the night has not been officially answered. But for many fans, a formal answer may not be the most important thing.